What's up, guys? Anthony from AB Fitness here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the #1 secret to building an amazing body. Now, the secret might not come as a surprise to some of you, but it may to some of you, so keep those ears open. The #1 secret is increase the volume and how much you're actually doing. So I've probably, within the past, I would say since lockdown, I've broken every rule in fitness. Every rule. When I say every rule, I've taken my volume to totally new levels. I've been training for over 20 years and I have made a lot of progress within the past 3 years. I've gotten as strong as possible, I've gained as much muscle as possible, and I'm as lean as possible, all within these next 3 years, breaking the rule of increasing the volume. Most people, one, sub-train. They don't train hard enough. You need to be pushing yourself to about an RPE 8, 9 every set. I train at my house, right here behind us. So I don't have a spotter, I don't have anybody helping me. So when let's say I'm doing a bench press and whatever, I'm doing 315 for 5 reps. If I try for 6, that bar is gonna get stuck. So I have to rack it. So that's a 9 RPE. So you gotta look at it like that. You need to be training in a way that you're comfortable finishing the weight by yourself and not relying on a spotter or someone to help you move that weight. But the key is you need to ramp up that volume, but you need to do it slowly and do it over time. I did a video on talking about how to maximize your metabolism and eat more, train your metabolism to eat more and need more calories. It's the same thing with your volume. Over time, you need to slowly ramp up that volume and you need more stimulus over time, especially for someone who's been training as long as I have. What the gurus out there will recommend is, you need to train 8 to 10 sets of body part a week. That is nothing. I'm doing that probably in a workout. So you need to evaluate how much volume you're currently doing right now for each body part, and you need to take an inventory and say, okay, is this amount of sets working for me or not? Now, I'm not talking about adding in junk volume. Junk volume is actually a real thing. I definitely believe in that. But the junk volume is going to depend on the movement that you're actually doing. So for example, for me personally, if I'm doing flies for chest, if I do anything more than 3 sets, it's just total junk. Total junk, total waste. But versus a press, I'm going to get more out of that than I would the fly. But the fly is beneficial to add in because it does work the chest in a different way, so you want to add that in. So you have to be aware of junk volume, but you also need to be able to push yourself higher and higher. So like I said, take inventory. So right now, if you're doing 10 sets of chest a week and you're not getting the development that you want, bump it to 12 and see what happens, and then evaluate and see, am I getting extra sore? Which you probably will in the beginning. That's normal. It's not a bad thing. It's just your body telling you, hey, you did a little bit more this time. And then leave that as baseline. Do that for a couple weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks. Then evaluate again. Okay, was this too much? Was this too little? And then evaluate and say, okay, no, I felt good on that. I'm actually progressing on some of these lifts. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit more. Maybe you go to 14, or maybe you even go to 13. Now again, you're not gonna feel those extra sets. If you're doing 10 sets a week right now for chest and you bump it up to 12, you're not gonna feel those extra 2 sets in the week. But over the course of time, if you bump it up to 16 sets, that you might, it's only 2 sets if you're doing chest 3 days a week. It's only 2 sets extra. So it's not really a big deal, but the gains that you'll experience from that. One of the things that I think is key is that the way to get results is volume, reps, total volume over time. So for example, let's say you on the other end of this do chest, I don't know, whatever, once a week. I'm just gonna keep this simple math. I'm horrible at math. You guys know this, but horrible at math. So anyway, so you're doing chest once a week. So in the course of a month, you're getting 4 stimulation sessions for chest. Just keep it easy, right? Now, me, I'm doing chest, let's say 3 days a week. So now, after a month or 4 weeks, I'm doing 12 sessions of chest. So I have literally done 3 times the amount of work that you've done. Now again, there's a lot that goes into that. Maybe our volume's the same, right? Maybe your chest workout is 40 sets a workout, and maybe mine's not. But you get the idea, right? I'm getting 3 times the stimulus. So you have to constantly be pushing that volume. And this is the problem with newer guys, is that newer guys, they're just starting. They don't have enough time under the bar. So you want to try to ramp up that time under the bar. Now, I'm not saying a newbie, someone who's just starting out, needs to cram a ton of volume in. That is not the right answer. You shouldn't. In the beginning, you want to try to eke out as much as you can off of as little as possible. So if you're making progress on 2 sets a week for chest, you ride that into the wind as long as you can. But once you get intermediate to advanced, you're going to have to do things that are unorthodox, unnecessary almost, but to push the envelope. And that's why I'm talking to you. So the number one secret to getting an amazing body is doing more work, more volume over time. And I'm not talking about keeping that volume there too. One of the strategies I've done and implemented is obviously taking deloads or taking time where you take lower volume approaches. But again, you have to be tracking how much volume you're doing. I like to do it per body part, per week, per month, then take an inventory at the end of the month. Okay, what happened here? Did I make progress in this area? Did I not make progress in this area? Was this area not recovering as well as it should be? Okay, I'm gonna leave this sets there and see what happens. Hey, for you, maybe some body parts don't require much. Genetically, my legs grow really, really fast. So my leg volume is really low. Well, my arms have always been a genetic weak point for me, and I've brought them up over the years. So for me, I have to do more volume for arms in order to do that. So most of my time is spent doing arm work as opposed to doing leg work because my legs grow quickly. So you'll be able to find out which body part works best for you and the volume, but you need to keep track of the data. So push yourself more. Trust me, your body is capable of doing a lot more than you think. Keep track of that volume every week, every month. Keep pushing it up and you'll experience brand new gains. If you want help with any of this, just click that link below and I'll catch you guys on the next one.